Hey guys, Simon Treselian, Voice of Reason. Right, we're going to talk a little bit about polling. Everyone's talking about polling at the moment, and as if they're using it to beat the other side and saying, well, the polls show this and the polls show that. Well, the polls have been pretty inaccurate most of the time. A lot of the things that you're getting, a lot of commentators, they're saying this guy has predicted the last 10 elections and all that type of thing. But everyone tends to get it wrong, and 2020 hindsight is really cool. The fact of the matter is that polls only go so far. I mean, you're actually asking someone to admit something. And the reason that Trump, I think, polls so badly is that he's a dirty secret. People don't like to admit that they actually admire him or like him or will vote for him. So what I find is that when these pollsters go out there and they ask people, there is a certain psychology about people that answer, sort of polls, and they're like CrossFit people or they're vegans. They'll always tell you, and they've always got something to say. Well, in the Democratic Party, that seems to be the case, is that everyone is very vocal about their opinion. Whereas with the Republicans, the clue is in the word conservative. They conserve their energy. They're very conservative in their views. They're not out there trying to change the world. They just want to simply make it a better place, as far as I can see. Okay. So this is what I think happens, is that when these people phone up independent voters, and people that, like myself, I'm an independent, and I can't vote anyway because I'm not a citizen. So I've got no real skin in this game, but I do see what's going on. And I think when they ask people, who they're going to vote for, people are reluctant to say, well, I'm going to vote for Trump. It's like going out wearing a Make America Great Again hat. You're subjected to a whole bunch of stuff just by placing that on your head. And that's just the fact of life. So, you know, voting for Trump is like a guilty pleasure. It's like, do you really want to admit to liking The Bold and the Beautiful, or Desperate Housewives, or it's like masturbation. I mean, people are reluctant to actually give you the truth about what they feel about it, or what they do in their private time. And I think this is going to be played out in the election. Trump normally polls 6 points lower than the polls predict. And that's what blew out the 2016 election. Hillary Clinton thought she had it in the bag. She didn't visit any of the blue wall states, and she lost all of them. And I think that this big high that people have been on with this Kamala Harris clown show really, because there's no substance to it. She still hasn't done a press release for the press, and that's why the press are turning on her, because she's not allowing them to do their job and to get them to look good, which is really what it's all about. So I think that the election is going to be skewed by about six points. I think that the polls are generally wrong at the present time. I think they're in the swing states. There's going to be some big surprises on both sides. My prediction is that Trump will win the election, and I think because of the electoral college, the way it's structured, does sway it in his favor. I think that the national vote will be very, very close, much closer than it was for, say, 2016 or 2020. But I think Trump will go above the 300 mark in electoral college votes. My prediction is 307. I know a lot of people are saying 312. I think that's optimistic. But I do feel that some big changes are going to happen. The big stuff is going to happen after November the 5th. Right? November the 5th is a very, very interesting date, as most British people will know. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot. So I think there's going to be fireworks, and that's how I see this. Anyway, that's Simon Treselian for me. Just a quick one today, and just want to get this out to you. But yeah, vote wisely, because there's a lot of shit going on in the world. We're seeing this with Iran now. We're seeing North Korea coming into it again. We're seeing the China, rattling their sabers for Taiwan, and of course we've still got Ukraine as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I think that we need to be very clear about who we need in order to lead us in that way. Do we want someone that's totally inexperienced and totally pretty much a coward running away from the press? Or do we want someone that is just so unstable that everyone else goes, you know what, we're not even going to try it? That's why there was no wars during the Trump era. No one wanted to push him. They just did not know what he was going to do. He's a loose cannon. But America needs something because it's lost its way. Anyway, so I'm Trizelian, out to you.